Good evening, Sean.
Hi, Dave. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So this is Moo Moo Move.
Moo Moo Move.
Moo Moo
Move.
Dave, why did the cow cross the road?
Oh God, we should have practiced this. I have nothing. Why did the cow cross
To watch
the road?
a movie.
Ah, nice. Starting strong. Strong.
So this is Moo Moo Move by the team here in Cardiff called Mochi Mode?
Or Mochi Mode.
Mochi Mode?
I don't know. Despite knowing the team.
Yeah, despite, we've seen this a bunch. They were at the first show that we did. That's where I met them. And you met them as well, right? Because you came towards the end of that show.
Yes, I did, yeah.
But you met them. They're nice guys and girls. And they released this earlier in the week. So we thought, well, I know you some of you might have been expecting Truck Simulator. We have, Dave's bought a cap. We're going to be coming to that.
I've bought the cap and everything, so it will happen.
Yeah, we're going to be doing that soon. But we thought, since this has come out, we want to show this.
When was it released, John?
It was released last Friday, I think. Could you dump a link into the Steam store?
Yeah, I will do the
and then
the
we'll
link
jump
dump.
into the game. It's about cows. It's a cow game.
Let's start simple.
Dave, you are an expert in cows, right? Because you've written a Western. Yes?
I did wonder where you were going with that for a moment.
Yeah.
I have written a Western but I mean, certainly it's a lot darker than unless Moo Moo Move goes into some pretty dark undead spaces.
Yeah.
It's a slightly different tone from what.
Well, who knows? There might be maybe there's a crazy third act that I haven't gone to yet.
Level 25 is the zombie level.
So
I might be wrong, but
so as a resident cowboy expert, you can critique me. Okay.
Well, I like your form so far.
Yeah, thanks.
You've got a kind of a little wobble gait going on there.
And okay, so interestingly, I found I started playing this game with a controller. Yeah. But I have switched to the mouse.
That doesn't
which is very unlike me. Yeah. But I tried it with the mouse the other day. I was just preparing for the stream, and I got 3 stars in a level that I hadn't got 3 stars in before. So I thought, I'm gonna.
Sounds like a fluke to me.
Yep. And then I have another hand free for drinks.
So that's winning. Yeah.
Okay, Dave.
So, what's this
crap!
game,
We started. Oh, this is not going well.
Yep. You're.
I wasn't
Okay. Well, maybe you can use this as a dry run to talk us through what on earth you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, something weird's going on here. Running around a fence.
Yeah.
Is that supposed to be happening? Have you broken it already?
Have I broken it already? Possibly. Maybe I'm going to use my controller.
Okay.
I'm going to plug my controller in. So the aim of the game is to herd cows into bays of hail. Is that what they did back in the cowboy days, Dave?
Well, I mean, you certainly had to move your cows from one place to another.
Yes.
Lot. Yeah. Most people watching these streams or playing computer games would probably be a bit young to remember the daytime TV show Rawhide.
Okay.
Do you remember Rawhide?
No,
Sean doesn't. Okay, that's fair enough. But that was all about ranchers and cow hustlers and cow punchers moving cows. It's got quite an iconic theme tune. Check it out sometime on YouTube. I'm not going to do a rendition, but
I feel like I want to replay that now that I have my controller.
Feels like you're better than the 1 star.
I'm better than 1 star. That's okay. So I've got to get the cows into the hay bale.
Yeah.
So let's do it. Oh shit! The time has started. I need to be doing this.
Yeah, you got to focus, Sean. This is not this. If you're gonna get some stars, this isn't about providing family entertainment. This is about serious gaming.
Yeah. So how did they give out star ratings back in the Old West?
They literally gave out stars, but they were mostly for lawmen, right? Like you would pin a star, and 1 star would be all you'd get.
2 stars.
2 stars. I suppose also, if we're being serious, if we're trying to make leaps of logic here, the military would have given out stars. You can be a different level of star general, I think, in the American military during this period. But again, despite your claim that I'm an expert, I am not an expert. So,
so you can someone once told me that the definition of an expert is if someone else thinks you're an expert in something.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah, therefore you're an expert.
Okay, so you are an expert in Moo Moo Move.
Yes,
because I've just decided that you are.
Okay. Like using my logic against me. So I'm getting cows into the hay. That's the game.
So far, so good.
And so the way you're doing it is like the cow folk would do back then, is through what would you call this? What do you even come on, Dave? Like, what is this called?
So I don't know. It's almost kind of like reverse magnetism, isn't it?
I don't think that's what they called it back then.
They obviously wouldn't have called it. They would have called it cow hustling, right?
Okay.
Or
cow herding, presumably.
Herding, yeah, herding cows, cows, yeah. Because to rustle a cow is to, I think, steal it.
Yes.
Rustlers, right?
Yeah.
We were thinking about as many cow puns as we could get in. I actually have a list on my second monitor of cow-related puns.
Do you know?
I do. So I'll be dropping those in, as often as I can remember to. It's quite an extensive article, actually. It's kind of interesting. We should probably talk about the game, not just in terms of how you're playing, but what you're seeing, Sean. Because one thing I've immediately noticed is the aesthetics, the graphic style, and quite a lot of the attention to detail. Yeah, I like those butterflies. I think they're a really nice touch. The leaves.
I was about to say the leaves. Yeah.
Yeah, we've kind of done something slightly similar with making it home, and we were talking about something very similar with Dead Cells.
Yeah.
The other week.
It's those kind of touches that are like.
They go a long way.
Yes.
They go a really long way.
Even things like the little dust coming out of the back of me.
Yeah. Oh. So they've introduced a new mechanic on level 3, right?
Yeah. So there's this bull. I guess it's a bull.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So bulls. Am I not like bulls and cows? What's the difference? They're a different animal, right?
What, male, female?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that.
Unless someone in the chat is going to tell me otherwise, I'm pretty confident that's
you said that with enough confidence, I believe.
I convinced you at least.
Yeah. Yes. So they introduced that. Yeah.
So that's obviously suggesting again thinking about from a development standpoint, the first couple of levels ease you into some of the the things that are going to change. So the first one had it was as simple as it gets, and then they had different levels in the second one. And now in the third one they introduced the bull.
Yeah.
So
I guess in a way this is very much very different to the kind of game we have made so far. In that level design is really important.
Yes, that's very true.
That's the it's here's a core mechanic.
Yeah,
and then it's about how you can add a twist to that, I guess.
Yeah. Each. Oh, you've left a cow behind.
Yeah.
No cows left behind.
No.
That was always my cowboy motto. Along with cowabunga, obviously, which anyone who was around in the 90s will remember that was the coolest thing any 8-year-old could say. This was cowabunga.
Did you have? I remember having the turtles
Oh, you're in a real
I mean, this is what do cowboys do in this situation, Dave?
They do what you're doing, which is running away from the bull, I think.
Okay, if I lure the bull over here, okay.
Yeah.
What if I lure the bull up and around here?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
His turning circle is brutally poor, right? So surely that's the way to handle him.
Yeah. I do have a little gallop that I can use that I'm pretty much just holding.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So he has a range too, where he just stops being interested in you.
So that was
so you
that's
can outrange
him. I can know, like that's a new thing.
Yeah.
This game looks great.
Yeah, it really does, doesn't it? A lot of attention has been put into kind of the details. I guess like one of the benefits of this kind of type of design as well is that you can spend a lot of effort and attention into like quite a contained space, which I think helps a lot. About kind of how you scope a game like this is that your maps are quite rightly not colossal.
Yeah,
but maybe they do get bigger later. Or substantially bigger.
Maybe
later.
I'll skip ahead to I might skip ahead.
Wait a minute. What's this? The plot thickens. Or the milk thickens. That was
great.
That was trying too hard.
Yeah. Why did the cow cross the road, Dave?
Is it to watch the movie?
To get to the museum.
Nice. Keep them coming, thick and fast. I pretty much used up my best material on Twitter earlier, so
yeah.
So you described this game in an interesting way to me earlier that I hadn't really considered.
Yeah, so I would put this in the class of a podcast game.
Okay, so explain to...
So a podcast game is the game that you play while you listen to podcasts.
Okay, so why is that? Like, I'm not much of a podcast listener. Hands up. I don't listen to many podcasts. You are much more into that than I am. So, why is what's the kind of the vibe between podcasts and having games?
I suppose like a podcast game to me is a game it's a game I can, and it sounds like this maybe doesn't help, but like a game I can play while listening to a podcast.
Right. So why? Okay, let's spin that round. Why some games can't you?
Well, if I'm playing a game like say Mass Effect that has like a really like a story involved that I have to concentrate on, then I can't play a podcast game. Another good podcast game might be something like Stardew Valley.
Okay.
Possibly where I'm just like I'm farming. Notice a little bit of it.
Yes.
There's a bit of a link there.
An agricultural theme.
Yeah. Not to say that just farming games. EVE Online would have been another one, but then that's like a space trucking game, right?
Yeah.
Or Elite would be something. Probably. But it's just like it's about intelligent design would be an example. Our own game would be a podcast game. I would say like. So level 6 is a bit different. So I'm going to jump into level 6 and I might skip a few.
Okay, so yeah, you were talking too much to really appreciate your transportation mushrooms.
Yeah, okay, go on. So, talk about the transportation mushrooms.
I would, but I'm too intrigued by what's going on here with these carrots and molehills.
I think they're carrots.
Oh,
are they not carrots?
Well, there's definitely carrots there, but I'm wondering what the little beige mountains are, which look to me like molehill. It's hay,
isn't it?
Oh, it's hay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, is this
and
a different
I am feeding
kind of mode? You're feeding
this one cow.
Is he getting bigger?
She's getting bigger, right?
As
you have revealed,
no, you're quite right.
Cows are female.
You're quite right. Yes.
Hang on, wait a second. Okay.
Yeah.
If a cow is a female cow, that doesn't make sense, right? A cow is
a bull is a male cow.
No, because the cow. What is the name of the species?
Well, this is interesting, isn't it? Because the same, I believe, is pretty much true with sheep, right? Because a male sheep is a ram.
Really?
I again, like it's such a like an obvious fundamental thing that I feel embarrassed for you and for me.
I grew up in the countryside. I should know this stuff.
I'm not 100% on this, but I'm pretty sure a male sheep is a ram and a male cow is a bull, and the ones that you think of as cow are female cows, right?
Yeah, that seems
like a dairy cow has udders, right?
Yeah,
and the only reason it can have udders is because
that much I understand. Thanks.
yeah, okay. So you won't get a cow that looks like that without udders. So they're all female.
Yeah, but
not okay. So to put it this way, not all bulls have massive horns.
No.
Okay. So, but bulls are different to cows.
Yeah, bulls are different, but they're the same species, though.
But they're the same species. Yeah.
If a cow and a bull have a baby,
that's
they have
the
a baby
only
cow
way
or a bull.
Yeah, that's the only way you get more of either of them.
Yeah.
I genuinely didn't think this was the conversation we'd be having playing Moo Moo Move. But I feel like we've kind of learned something today.
Well, we haven't really. We've just guessed what we.
I kind of feel kind of confident about.
Okay.
So someone who chat Nacho Dude, good evening, is asking, would we ever do a podcast? That's something we have talked about, right?
Yeah. Well, I think podcast people, the best podcasts are people who go off topic, and we always stay on topic. So. I don't think we could do it.
That's the worst excuse because it's just so not true. I mean,
this is actually kind of what we did instead of a podcast, the weekly streams.
I feel like that's the case. And the thing is, don't get me wrong, streaming's a sizable effort anyway. But I kind of feel like if you're podcasting and you're taking that seriously, to me that's almost the whole shebang. Like people do that, just that, right? We were on a
podcast, weren't we? We
guessed it.
The
Tanked Up podcast,
which you guys should listen to. Is a good podcast.
If you're into beers and gaming and beers, real ales and IPAs and
we did a whole the whole show we were on. We just talked about Cycle 28, didn't we?
We did, yes.
It was.
It would be.
I was surprised how long we could talk about that. What
do you mean? We've done multiple streams where we've talked about our own stuff.
Yeah, no, but I don't know. Anyway, I think it says a lot that we could do a whole podcast just talking about it.
Yeah, well, we did also talk a bit about beer, although we struggled to say anything intelligent about the beers we were doing. We were drinking at the time. And Vic, wasn't I even driving? I don't think I even.
You did have a beer.
I did.
You were driving, but you didn't have many. I think you had half a beer, and I had some beer, and I was working the next day, I think.
So we'd go back, and maybe we should just get tanked up rather than choosing a night where we were actually.
But we don't get to choose a night.
Oh, that's true. Well, no, because I think we did. We'll do that next time. We'll do that next time.
We'll figure out a way.
Well, it'll be our rider that we have to record it on a Friday or Saturday, so we can actually have quite a few beers. But yeah, that was fun. Okay. Ooh, snowy.
Let's jump ahead.
Because people did move cows through snow landscapes, Sean.
Did they?
Yeah. Because winters on the range can be pretty tough, and you still have to move your cattle around to.
Nice little touch is that the stuff outside, the signs, give you a little bit of information about what the level's going to be. I just realised. So, there's ice here.
Okay. Yeah, so things are going to be a bit slippy.
So we're now ice. Is this?
Ooh.
I feel like this is a different level than when I was playing before.
Okay.
Do you think changed the stuff?
We did say they were patching stuff. So what are you trying to do with this cow?
So this is the same as before, where I'm trying to get the cow to eat.
Fatten it up.
But I'm power sliding with my horse.
No, nice. I mean, that is your favourite thing to do in games, isn't it? Really, Sean?
Yeah.
Power slide. There is a. Has the sound changed? Because I'm not hearing the sound because I've got you on Discord. Is there the music?
There is music and it does change. I don't know where they got the music from. If it was like written for this or whether. But it fits. It works really well actually. Whatever they did is good.
Yeah,
it works.
So have you got to reach 100 here, or
50 was what I had to reach.
Okay, cool. So yeah, lots of like kind of opportunities for replayability as you push yourself to get better results, right?
Yeah.
So that's good.
I don't know how the unlock. I didn't really figure out how the unlock for the next world works. Whether it's kind of like a overcooked kind of situation. Is it overcooked? Like you had to get a certain number of stars, right?
I can't remember. It's been a while since I played. That sounds plausible, but yeah. Is that how Angry Birds works? I don't know. I put my hand on my heart and say I haven't played Angry Birds. I was thinking the other day, actually, last week, you asked me what Twitch games have I played or do I play, and my answer was
Twitch, as in like, explain what Twitch like.
So
not
yeah, in that sense, you weren't talking about Twitch TV. You were talking about Twitch, as in like what I would call kind of like reaction-based games.
Yeah.
But I know that's not the actual official term. But I have played some recently and enjoyed some recently. So some examples being Cuphead, a Hollow Knight as well, Enter the Gungeon, obviously, a really a good twitchy game, and Diablo 3 I picked up the other day, which is kind of hack and slash as opposed to twitchy, I suppose. So just wanted to set the record straight there. I have played some games.
You have got reactions.
No, I'm terrible at those games, but I have tried. I guess is my point. And trying's half the battle, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, 1 minute 20 for that one to get a second star.
What did I get? What was my time?
It was only, I think you're 1:33, but I might be wrong.
Next.
Ooh, the bridge. That's a nice animation.
Yeah, it is a nice animation. Like presentation polish, nice. I think generally. I got an achievement.
Did you really deserve an achievement?
I think so. I went over the bridge.
All right.
Right.
So, should we put a podcast on, or?
What's the kind of get like?
I feel like you're concentrating more than you give yourself credit for.
I am like.
Yeah.
It is. It's quite hard. I think it's hard anyway. I'm finding the kind of swarm mechanics. So like I'm guessing this is all like Boyd's, which is like swarming. I don't know. The cows themselves don't seem to react to each other.
Okay.
So I guess it wouldn't be swarm like that.
So the behavior is only based on the player character.
I could be wrong. Like I have no, I don't know the code. I haven't seen the code. I can't see that.
That's your guess from what you're seeing.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's all we ever do with games when we talk about their development.
Yeah, it's just usually there's very little chance of, the people who make it watching.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
But, no, they went all the way around the flipping hay bale.
Well, that's good. I felt like earlier had been a bit generous with you on that, so I don't know if like now you're in the next.
Maybe it's a bit smaller.
Yeah, maybe the hitbox on it is a bit smaller.
Maybe I should stop. I'm constantly pushing the dash button.
Okay.
Maybe I shouldn't do that.
Yeah. That you've basically spent this whole level being gored by that bull.
Yeah, and I'm still being gored while on the score sheet. I'm just like popping up and down.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, what?
Ooh.
I think I know what's going to come here.
Okay.
Maybe you've seen this in the trailer. I'm guessing
I haven't seen the trailer.
that...
I watched some gameplay video. Ah!
Unless... Do I want them to be picked up?
I'm guessing no, Sean.
Okay, well, okay, fair enough. I don't know.
Oh, okay. They're at least... Oh, they're returned at least.
Yes, that's
Okay.
cool.
Wow.
Oh, no.
That's a cool mechanic. I like that a lot. I'm assuming it can't target cows that are already at the hay.
That would be kind of brutal, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. It wouldn't. I mean, fair enough, but it wouldn't necessarily feel in keeping with the tone of the rest of the game.
No. What do you mean? Tone as in...
As in, like, it's a friendly, nice-looking game.
I'm finding it really hard. Like...
Yeah. No, there you go. So that answers that question.
Yeah.
Okay.
I find what I'm struggling with is I always end up getting them into a barrier, and then getting them out the barrier is quite difficult.
Oh, sure. Oh! Did you get him? Did you go?
I think it. No, there's one there, but
yeah,
the cows
could
are
have been
pretty
the last one.
nice looking.
Yeah, the models are great, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
I like that a lot. Ooh. Hey, 2 stars on that one. Very nice, very nice. That's a nice, yeah. So I mean, I guess that's what I think about, like this kind of particular game and this approach, this style of games, is that you're just seeing what the next thing they're going to mess with is, and what the next thing they're going to mess with. And I think that's really that's cool. I like that design. There's a lot to be said for that. Oh, here's my cat. Come on then. It's a Moo Moo Move. It's cows. They're not quite as stripy as you. How does Colin feel about cows?
Colin, who is my dog, for those of you who don't know, like generally I've tried to avoid like cows. Because like that's cows and dogs don't really mix. Like cows are pretty scary. Actually, like you know, they look all cute here, but
they're pretty big, dude.
They're big, and when they get in a group, they will screw you up. Like,
they will. They
will walk in a big circle around you, and they will make that circle ever so slightly smaller as they, and then you get crushed by the spiral of death.
Wow. Do you think this game takes that into account? And there are spirals of death.
I don't know. I grew up in the countryside, man. We know about this stuff.
Well, you didn't know that. Like, anyway, we won't talk. We won't rehash what.
That's because we were so worried about the cows like circling us. We didn't get close enough to check that kind of thing.
Oh dear. What's that water?
Oh, I could have gone. Well, that water is water, and
that's water's water.
I guess there's that. Oh,
nice.
Yeah. So, I wonder if they can fall. I hope. Oh god, if they fall in the water.
Oh no, there's fences, right?
Yeah, there's fences. So, have you been playing much at the moment?
What I've been playing, I've still like there's so many achievements to do on Slay the Spire.
Yeah.
That I'm doing a fair bit of that. I played a little bit of the Goose Game with friends.
So I fell off the Goose Game really quickly.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it the being a jerk tone, or was it the gameplay?
It was the gameplay. Like for me, like the tone was. I really liked the tone and everything. And the idea, but it reminded me of really bad like 90s adventure games. Where those games where you had to kind of like click on every pixel to figure out what you had to do.
Yeah.
Because I found a lot of the puzzles were just like they didn't make sense. Like it was just I just felt like at some point I was just picking everything up, cracking at everything until something happened. Even like the thing that those puzzle games, those adventure games back then, like there was an element of that. But when you got the solution, it was like, oh yeah, of course that's the solution.
Yeah.
But I didn't get that with the Goose Game. And I felt bad about that until I started hearing lots of other people saying the same thing. Like I felt like I was just being stupid or something. But that seems to be a general. It's one of those interesting things where it's got its hook was so good.
Yeah.
You know, that I think it gets away. But I don't know. But it like I definitely enjoyed my time with it. But I have, like I said, I stopped playing it for like a day and I haven't gone back to it.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if there's a big group of people playing that game who never played 90s adventure games.
Maybe.
So that this kind of feels like something that fresh that actually isn't as fresh as it will feel to some people.
Maybe.
And not that there's anything wrong with that, but just this kind of idea that they won't have that feeling of this is why I didn't, this is what I had with that experience, and I kind of fell out of that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like if
playing games,
just because I don't like something doesn't mean.
No. But I think it's an interesting point, and like you say, other people have had that kind of feeling towards it too.
Yeah. But I think also it's the fact that I really wanted to love it.
Yeah.
So one game I have kind of like the opposite feeling with is Outer Wilds, which I started playing the other day, and I have been like, it sucked me in a really really good way. I it's just came out on PlayStation 4. This is going to be kind of reductive, but
of course.
I think it's kind of like if someone took The Witness,
right,
the Kerbal Space Program, and they had a baby.
So it's kind of two of your favorite games
exactly,
have a baby.
Yeah. In this, it's so good. I mean, so basically, you're an astronaut in a space program for like this like these alien people, whatever. And you have a spaceship, and you can just go around the entire solar system, which is the small kind of made up solar system. It's also kind of a bit like No Man's Sky as well, but all handcrafted. And yeah, and so basically what happens is something happens where every 20 minutes it's like a time cycle, like Cycle 28, very much like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what that's kind of what it's all about. And you're trying to, well, in fact, it's not like everyone. I knew this before I played it. Basically, the sun goes supernova every 22 minutes, and then you wake up like at the start of that day or whatever.
Okay.
And then it's also kind of got some Majora's Mask kind of. Like, I think I've talked to you about this, like Majora's Mask, Zelda game, where the whole idea of the game was you were trying to figure out the timetable of the day because the moon's crashing into the Earth.
Yeah.
And it was a time loop game, and it was all about like waking up and understanding, this person's going to be here at this time, so if I get there at this time,
it's Groundhog Day.
Yeah,
right.
And that's what this game is as well, which I think is really interesting, and how they hide the mystery in the story, and it's so good, man. Like,
cool.
so good. But definitely, yeah, like a million. Like, I'd really recommend it.
Okay, cool. I've put a couple of games on my watch list for my Switch because I'm going away soon for a weekend with family, which basically means time to get some new games on the Switch.
Yeah.
Goose Game and Dead Cells were amongst them, but I'm also interested in finding something else as well to take, maybe.
Outer Wilds isn't on Switch, but
no, sure. What else did I add to my Switch wish list?
Is there a Switch wish list?
There isn't. As soon as I said that, I was like, "That's just not the case, is it?" You can watch games, but then I have absolutely no idea where they turn up once they're added to your watch list.
Is that news thing?
I don't. Maybe. Isn't it? It's pretty bad that I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know either. And we have a game on Switch.
I mean, that's what I mean. I think it's pretty bad that it's not our fault. Like, it's just not clear what watching a game on Switch means. I have absolutely no idea. But it's right under the buy button, so I kind of assumed it was like a wish list function, but I haven't seen any of that functionality yet.
Yeah.
So, what have we been up to this week, Sean, from development
What
point
have we
of view?
been up to development point? So how much? Okay, I'm gonna stop a second. How much this game do we want to show? Because I'm curious that this is the kind of game, like we said, that a key part of this game is discovering the new mechanics.
I think we should just keep going. Like, if people don't want to see what happens next, they should stop watching. Like, I think that's just true of loads of games. I think I understand why you're worried about that, but we should just say, like, right now, if you are interested in seeing more of Moo Moo Move and discovering it for yourself, stop watching now. But if you'd like to see more of the game as we discover it for the first time, or at least I discover it for the first time, carry on watching. I think that's fair.
Oh, my cow just got shot.
Your cow just got shot. Okay, that was nice.
This is that third act series, like we said.
Yeah, God, you're saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you need to okay, good, you're getting some to safety, but you need to think about kind of thwarting that guy's tranquilizer dart. Wow, I was not expecting mild peril. I mean, the bull is quite perilous anyway, isn't it? But
yeah, but at least bull on cow is okay. But
bull on cow action is okay for you, Sean.
Well, actually, I suppose the bull was going after me, not the cows.
Yes, he was. Yeah, you are the you're the usurper in that situation. You're the one that doesn't belong, or do you? I don't know. You're the cowboy.
Yeah.
Or cowgirl. So. I presume that they do wake up. They're not just gone.
Yeah, I hope so.
They're not done.
He's kind of awake but a bit groggy. No, don't. Oh, that guy's so close.
Well, yeah. I mean, that was inevitable.
Yeah. So what have we been up to? What did I? Maybe if you when I'm yes.
You're concentrating on the Moo Moo Move. So what Sean was doing this week, which is nice.
I didn't imagine you could kick them while they were
which is kind of what he's been doing for the last couple of weeks, I suppose, is menu stuff. So menu UI for main menu, and also it's kind of a bit like this, end of level, I suppose, is what, for want of a better way of putting it, end of a level UI design.
Yeah,
which is a lot of animations, a lot of transitions.
Yeah, the kind of stuff that is surprisingly full on.
Yeah, it's quite time consuming, if nothing else, isn't it? So, and I've been doing a bit of pixel art animation, getting back into that for some of the parts of the game that we do that for. So looking forward to getting back in more into that. We've been having a break from that for a little while, or at least I have. So it's been enjoyable to get back to that.
Yeah.
But it's a bit like when you haven't coded for a while, and you're I guess it's like being a little rusty.
I think, I getting back into coding has felt so good. I forget how much. For me, weirdly, coding is part of my self-care routine. It just, I find it quite relaxing. Even if when it's not relaxing, it just is something that I don't know, occupies your mind isn't the right way of saying it. I don't know. But
there's a weird kind of mindfulness
flow, I think.
to that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Flow makes sense.
I think it's definitely a thing, and yeah, I don't know. It's satisfying as well, isn't it? It's a sense of achievement, and
yes.
I just unlocked an achievement called Past Your Bedtime.
Hey, yay! Cow pun. We have been doing very few cow puns, Sean. Just saying that we promised our viewers cow puns, and we have.
You said you were the one with cow puns on your screen.
I've got them on the screen, but that somehow that doesn't feel right.
I have them on my screen too, but I just can't scroll down to the new ones because I'm playing.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough. But you're right. Like
this is a big level.
Wow, yeah, islands. So yeah, like I guess it's just start stacking up mechanics that you've seen already, right?
How do you balance? Like how do you decide that?
Oh, the water's nice.
We were thinking about. I like this.
Yeah, water in the dark is very nice.
This is like. I like one thing this one seems to be doing, which I think the other levels didn't so much, was the height difference or the undulation of the ground was nice. I suppose like it's interesting to like let's get kind of development side of things thinking about this. Like a game like this, you've got to create these levels.
Yes.
And that is a time like that kind of how do you do that? Like how do you keep coming up with new levels? And
I guess it's where are you taking these cows from?
I don't know. Like, it's the mushroom things are there. Like,
yes.
So
we've never really approached a game that way. Just so happens that none of our games, even now, even with the next one we're making, have an emphasis on level design. Which makes I think it maybe feel a bit more mysterious than it really is. I think you start small and build. Yeah. Right? Like you start with some core mechanic or two, and you put that into the space that it needs to start with, and then you grow from there as you start either adding things or making things give things bigger spaces. And like I imagine quite a bit of it's experimentation and play. Like where did they come up with the idea of teleporting to different islands? Like what was that moment of design thinking? Like was it born of okay, how do we make these spaces bigger? You just lined up those cows for that strength.
Yeah, I know.
So we've got this core idea that they're all single islands. How do we move on from there? And I imagine they went through a bunch of different ideas, and that this kind of was what they settled on for I imagine a bunch of reasons, other maybe as simple as it's quite cool seeing a cow spin through the air.
Yeah,
I don't know what was behind that decision, but so I think it weirdly it kind of mimics the way in which this kind of level design is played through. It's not that you start at the end or anything, is it? Like you just.
And then, like, how do you figure out how quickly to add those mechanics in? It's just testing, right?
Yeah. So there are 21 levels in the game? Is that right?
Yes, I'm guessing so. Yeah.
Unless you haven't unlocked some super secret level.
I'm just wondering if I've got all of the stars. Have I done every level? I might have skipped some. But yeah.
I suppose that might be the question. Is like. How would you? Is it trying? It doesn't look like it's trying to hide you from you, but it might be. Like if you need a certain number of stars to move on to the.
I would have like. I think you don't need to do every single level to move on. Because I was definitely being able to move on without.
Without having done everything on an island. I wonder if like adding snow tracks would have been just too difficult. Because that's something like some games do, don't they? They kind of let you see where you've been in the snow and then slowly cover it up.
Yeah. I don't like that's quite a technical challenge, I think.
Yeah, I would imagine so, and kind of unnecessary. Like it's a nice small touch, but
and they've got little tracks that kind of disappear just behind.
Yeah. And I think those definitely work on all the levels. It was just something like, because they've gone to so much effort and to attention to detail in other areas. How's that ice feel? Does that handle
it's
real
slippery?
tough?
It's pretty. I actually, in some ways, I prefer like I'm better at the handling on the ice than I am on the. I'm just used. Well, maybe not.
So yeah, I guess they like it kind of, as we said, power sliding is your jam.
Mm-hmm.
You also quite like shoving cows into walls, by the way.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say I liked. I'm apparently missing a cow. Where?
Ooh, no cow left behind, Sean.
Where is the cow? Ah, there in the wall. Obviously.
Would you say he was slightly camouflaged?
That doesn't work.
That's on my. It's on the list.
That's on the list. What list did you get?
I got the.
Can you leave them a bad review, please?
I got the punpedia.org cow puns list, which I will link in chat for those of you who want to pun along with us.
Yeah, I'm very I'm definitely not pushing them with a horse. I'm very skillfully herding them.
Yeah, as a cowboy.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. A rancher.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a little mini challenge for you for the rest of the stream, Sean.
Yeah.
I want you to go through starting from level 1 and leave nothing behind with 1 star.
Okay. Right. That I can.
Go on. I think that's like. I don't know. Have you looked at the achievements? Is there an achievements section of the? Because I've just made one up for you.
Okay, but yes, I mean, you, as someone who is not currently playing the game, you could look on Steam.
On Steam.
Steam page. There is definitely achievements.
I could do that.
You should post the link in again.
Again. Okay. All right. So yeah, like I've just made an achievement up, which is funnily enough you kind of then ignored because you went to one where you got 2 stars, but that's fine.
I was going for 3, which I got.
Boom, doing it.
Yeah,
but I didn't think it was fair to.
You didn't think I could do it. You didn't think I was up to
I didn't
that
think you could.
Fine.
I don't.
It's okay. If you don't believe in me, just say it.
I don't believe in you. I don't believe that you could get 3 star on every level. I thought that was asking a bit much, but not getting 1 star on every level, that I believe you can manage. Okay, so the Steam achievements for Moo Moo Move are as follows: past your bedtime, which you've got, right? Complete the 5th island. Smells like bull. Completed the 4th island. Chilled milk. Completed the 3rd island. Raising the stakes. These are some excellent puns, by the way. Completed the 2nd island. First hurdle. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, and then when cows come home, which apparently 91% of players have got, but it doesn't list how you get it. So I wonder, do you get that from?
Do I have that achievement?
I think you probably do. My guess is that is get a cow to the hay bale thing.
Maybe. Is the hay bale the home? Then,
I think that's like home base, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you ever play Pom Pom Homie 1 2 3?
No.
You probably had a different name for it. Like, lots of people laugh at me when I say that was what we called it.
What did you call it? Oh, I just bloody...
Pom Pom Homie 1 2 3.
Yeah, but tell me what it's actually called.
So I don't know what other people call it. The people call things all kinds of things, but where like usually it was one person was it, and the rest of you had to go off and hide, and then you would have to get back to a designated spot, usually like a post or lamp post or something like that. And you'd have to say Pom Pom 1 2 3 home if you were trying to get home, or if you were the person who was it, you'd have to say Pom Pom Homie 1 2 3 whilst touching the lamppost and say I see Sean.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Did you have a game like that?
Yes, but I don't know what it was called. It definitely wasn't called that.
It wasn't called Pom Pom Homie.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, fair enough.
But what was the point?
What was the point? That's a bit like home for the cows.
I see.
And I was giving you a little bit of my childhood. That was the main point of it. Take your bit on down memory lane.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to link the store page again.
Dave,
there we go.
Did you hear about the cow that was swept away in a tornado?
No. What happened to it?
I don't know. I can't see the punchlines off the end of the screen.
That's the that good. It's all in the telling, isn't it? Good work, dude. Good work.
Do you like casual games? So you haven't played. You have not played Angry Birds.
I have not played Angry Birds. No, I missed that completely.
You did play World of Warcraft, though.
Are you trying to suggest World of Warcraft is a casual game? I was like raiding 3 nights a week, missing most social engagements that my girlfriend was trying to get me to go to because of that game. So yeah, I would. Yeah, no. I mean, you could fill a whole library. Lots of people do of games I haven't played, but that's largely because of being quite obsessive. So like, I can't even tell you how many hours I've like put into Slay the Spire. I mention it every week for the last like how many weeks? I am totally obsessed by that game. So like that's not necessarily healthy. It's certainly not necessarily helpful as a game dev because I should just be playing many more games.
I sometimes feel like I've actually more now. Getting Xbox Game Pass has really helped me with that.
That cow's like got your number, dude. He knows what you're up to.
I like.
That cow's like, I love this fence.
Yeah.
You're gonna push me against this fence? I am not moving.
Since I got Game Pass, I've been playing a lot more, and just like dipping in like bleh. When you don't have to like when you've already paid. I guess when you've got the subscription, it's much easier to just be like, oh, I'm going to download and try this.
Yeah, you don't have to justify the purchase. Do you think that cow's bugged?
No, I don't. No. I think it's just I'm not figuring out a way of getting them out of the
off the fence.
Off the fence. Yeah. So.
Interesting.
So that's like an interesting like level design constraint because I wonder if they need to have these curves here for that to not be an issue.
Yeah.
Like, can you get is each level possible by pushing them around?
Pushing them around on that on a particular axis. Yeah. No, there you go.
I guess should I be doing more like again? You're the expert. Should I be going from side to side when I do my herding, or should I?
That's exactly what real cowboys do.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, you could because you can see that's exactly what's happening now. So I wondered, like when I was explaining this game to a friend just tonight when I was talking about like what we're going to be playing, I was like, like sheepdog trials.
Yeah,
you're the sheepdog. But then instead of them being sheep, you're cows.
Imagine if this was that. Like, imagine if you had another game where there was that layer of separation when you were actually controlling an AI dog.
So you had to like whistle. There probably is. Maybe is there a sheepdog game? Maybe, I don't know.
I bet you there's a sheepdog trial game.
Okay, let me have a look.
Like that. If there is, we're playing it. Like 100%.
But that's really what you are here. You are sheepdog, right?
Yeah. So did cow folk have sheepdogs?
There would have been dogs on like ranchers would have had dogs, yeah, definitely. But they're not quite as effective with cows because the cow just like looks at a dog.
Oh, of course, sheep. Yeah, okay, sheepdogs are sheep. Yeah.
Wow, so you grew up in the countryside, you say? Yeah. So disobedient sheep! !
Yeah.
Was released was set for release in 2019, but it looks a bit like You Control.
Are you saying we found a game that hasn't been made, Dave?
Oh, sorry. Like,
it
was late 2019, right? So sheep game.
So are you saying there isn't currently Sheepdog Simulator? And if there isn't, why aren't we making it right now?
Because there's definitely games about herding sheep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And a lot of them don't look nearly this nice as Moo Moo Move.
Do you know what platform? I can't remember when talking to them about it. If they're just sticking to Steam or
I don't know. Yeah, what they.
I did wonder with the mouse control. Oh no! Okay, come on, bounce me up. Bounce me up. Oh god. Yeah, because like the mouse control does make me think maybe it would work on a touchscreen.
Oh sure, yeah.
Which
makes sense. So yeah, there are some sheep herding games, just so you know, but I'm not sure. I'm guessing the idea is, yeah, you play as the sheepdog, not as the person.
You're not controlling that's.
You are controlling the dog just like you're controlling you here. I think that's more the obvious way of designing this kind of game. I think it could be really interesting, like you said, that you have that one level remove.
Especially if you had like really dodgy like voice recognition.
Ooh. So like if someone has like, I'm gonna put. Wait, let me have that.
Are we adding this to our Trello? Is that what you're doing?
It could be a good prototype to play around with. No, I was gonna YouTube some sheepdog trials.
Yeah.
Which is not necessarily as.
What was that show on BBC called on Sundays?
One Man and His Dog.
Yeah. 2-star. 3-star.
Wow.
All the stars.
How about the first day Welsh National Sheepdog Trials? Yes. Okay.
What are you watching this? Wait.
This is amazing.
Are you gonna sample some audio from that?
Am I gonna sample some
audio? Like, are we gonna like for sound effects for our sheepdog?
It's 5 hours long. This
5 hours.
I mean, it was a long day. It was a long day. Right. Okay. I'm gonna share the link in chat. Sheepdog trials. Inspiration for the next Pillbug game.
Surely the Babe game was that.
Mochi
Mode. They must have made like a licensed Babe game, right?
Yeah, I bet it wasn't Sheep Trials the game. I bet it was something like
But it was like platforming. Like
that's the next thing I'm gonna look up.
What was the Babe game?
Yeah. Babe. I mean, like Babe the Pig game. Because otherwise,
you don't want to. Yeah, okay. Babe game really is like that's pretty much all of. I've subscribed to like a newsletter that's the top. Well, I don't know if you subscribe to it as well. It like it ranks all the games released every week on Steam by number of reviews.
Okay.
And that is doing all sorts of bad things for my search history. Like Steam is not a nice place anymore.
Okay, so there's Babe PS2 on the PS2, no less.
Well, of course, the PS2 was that magical like license game era, like the B game. Okay, right. Let's fatten you up. Right. Hang on a second. This level here, I'm fattening up a cow.
Yes, you are. Yeah, it's a good question.
Why would you fatten up a cow, Dave?
You have one reason to fatten up, and one reason only to fatten up a cow.
Is this like a Bob's Burger kind of prequel or something?
It could be. Right. What's that? Come on, get to. It's like an early farming game.
Really?
Makes sense. Yeah.
Wow. That's more than I would have expected.
Wait a minute. Okay, so Babe the. Oh my god, that's brutal. Wow. How did this get licensed? Like, this was on the same console as some of the greats. Why is there a monkey there?
A monkey?
Yeah, was there a monkey in Babe?
I don't think so. Was there?
Oh my god.
No, like, come on. Of course there wasn't a monkey.
Yeah.
So what was the game? Like,
wait, like this guy, I mean, is this... I almost feel like this is some kind of joke, but I don't think it is.
Yeah, a lot of games from then would seem like... It is a joke?
No, I don't think so. But I'm going to add it to chat because we're just including a lot of really great links here. So Babe, the PC game, the PS2 game, for reference. There we go. Yeah, like that's brutal. But I think it's kind of got some of the same mechanics going on. But I have no idea why there are monkeys in people's clothing.
What?
I don't remember that from the film at all.
Did they go to a zoo maybe?
I don't remember. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, if anyone's ever played Babe or been to a sheepdog trial, let us know. Answers on a postcard, that kind of thing. Anyway, how's your effort?
Well, I got quite a few of like yeah, no, that's not going to happen.
Okay.
I was trying to get this. Like this one is very hard on the ice.
So you're fattening that cow up. Yeah. Maybe it's for a show. Maybe it's to take it to a show.
Yeah, that's what it's for. It's for a show.
Maybe it's going to have a really nice show life.
Yeah, it's a show, but that show happens to be MasterChef.
Classic. What's your 3-star aim here? Is it 150?
100. What did I get? 136. It's my best.
Ooh, keep going. No 1 stars.
Yeah, no, we have 1 stars.
Boo.
So yeah, I like. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
What do you think?
And yeah, I really like it. I think it's got some nice levels of polish. I should point out as well at the price point, which let me just double check.
Is it? It's not much, is it? Like
it's not. It's not. I think it's like £2
or £3 at the moment.
Yeah, and there is there is. Let me get it up so I may make sure it's right. I should have just left this open while stream. It is currently £2.31, down 20% from £2.89. So, like for the amount of money you're paying for this game, there's a lot of polish has gone into it. A lot of thought has gone into some of the main mechanics. For that kind of money, like, what more do you want, really?
I think, and I don't mean this in a bad way. I think this would be good for young kids. Like,
yep,
I
definitely.
think. Yeah, no,
these days I talk to a lot of, and I'll be honest, like older individuals, many of them who are mothers, who say they really appreciate games that don't involve shooting.
Yes.
And this game does not involve shooting. So, well, there's a lot
doesn't it?
Said.
Those 2 levels that definitely involve shooting.
But
we're not shooting. I suppose that's okay. Yeah, and also it's tranquilizers. We didn't kill the.
That's very true.
Like,
very true.
We'll gloss over the fattening up the cow.
Again for the show, Sean. For the show.
Yeah. Sorry.
Going to the show because you need to be big and beautiful for the show.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, cool. No, you should check it out.
And have some fun herding some cows.
So next week, are we going to be trucking? Maybe.
I hope so.
We're going to have a look at it.
We're going to give it a try. We're going to see how it runs on my system and how it works multiplayer and how it would work streaming it and stuff like that.
I think worst, you should have a turn on camera. But I could, and then maybe we'll do it the week after, and I can stream it if we need to.
Yes.
But that's definitely I've But and it's in a way, so I would say Truck Simulator is a similar game, that kind of podcast game. Like we've talked this, and we on the stream we've been talking quite a lot because this is the kind of game this is. It's like a chilled out casual game where we can do that. Remember we played that weird incremental first-person shooter game?
Oh yeah.
That was a similar thing where it was just kind
time
of
clickers.
Time clickers. It was one of my favorite
time
streams.
Walkers.
That was a while ago now.
Yeah, it was.
It'd be interesting. Maybe checking that out again. It's just like, but yeah, it's just chilled out kind of. And I think, Truck Simulator is a similar thing, right? You in fact, you're sitting, you're driving. It's just chilling out, spacing out. Like,
I'm pretty sure you should not space out whilst driving, kids. Just put that out there. And a lot of people find driving incredibly stressful. But maybe the simulation of driving
in video game form, then we're okay.
Yeah.
So I think the other things, I don't know about you, but I'm still dazed after this whole BAFTA thing.
Yes.
Are you like? It was nice to get back to coding last week and kind of start working on our stuff. But
yeah, it's weird how stuff is things that you're not expecting in life can often like just take more of your mental energy than you realize that you were giving to it, and then when it's gone, you're like, oh yeah, that's probably why I was.
I was like, oh, and it's
pent
like,
up about that. Yeah,
which is why, and this is why games like this, this is a perfect time for something like this.
For us,
for us,
just a chilled out evening. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, but this is Moo Moo Move. Moo Moo Move. And Dave.
Yeah.
It was an utter disaster.
It's past your bedtime, Sean.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what type of magazines do cows read?
I don't know. What kind of magazines do cows read?
Logs.
Oh, nice. That's no coincidence that you've been good on your puns tonight, Sean. Mm-hmm. If not, maybe your anatomical knowledge / biological.
Well, now I'm starting to I'm going to start asking questions about where cattle fits into this whole thing, because if we've got cows, is cattle the kind of like the big term that then a cow is a male cattle, a female cattle? Is that how that works?
I don't think so, because I think cattle is kind of, I might be wrong on this, but my feeling is that cattle has a degree of ownership. So that's my cattle. Mm-hmm. That is Sean's cattle.
Yeah.
Rather than.
But that also implies more than one, right?
Yes.
Like I'm herding cattle rather than herding cows.
Yes, it is a plural.
So we've been getting that wrong all night.
Cows, cattle, herding cows. I don't know, because like the plural of cow is cows. But again, I think because the cattle it has a degree of ownership to its linguistics. There's obviously
we've really gone places tonight, haven't we?
There is bovine as well.
Yeah, so bovine's probably like the.
So I've just googled it just to actually get some kind of degree of knowledge.
So we can get closure. That's what you said.
Yeah, well, a little bit. And bovine comes from the Latin word for cow, apparently. Though the biological family called Bovidae actually includes not only cows but oxen, goat, and also goat, sheep, and bison and buffalo. Mm-hmm. So bovine is actually much broader than what we've been talking about.
Right.
There's a lot to talk about.
There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to dig into here. I just like one thing again. Like this game looks great. Like as we're talking, I've just been kind of going around, and getting this art style right is not easy.
No.
And it is like it's good.
Yeah.
I do like the look. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Thanks, Dave. This has been a thing, and
this has been a stream.
And so like check out Moo Moo Move. Follow Mochi. Can we put their Twitter handle in?
Yeah,
like you don't have to necessarily find it. We might be closed. We can do that in a minute, but
I will link to that.
Follow them, and like they are. I don't know if we even said it. They are a Welsh developer.
Yeah,
and
we did.
Okay, well then.
Not right at the start.
Yeah, like locally sourced, organic indie games.
Nice.
Support your local video game makers, for sure. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Cheers, Sean.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out. Bye.
Bye.